to a new video, and today I'm with Brito with his second car, Mitsubishi Eclipse second generation. So Brito, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. So Brito, we already shotted one car of yours, which was Toyota 86, and you have another Mitsubishi Eclipse, a second generation that too. So first of all, I would like to know, how do you actually manage to keep this car in a good condition, like both of them?
It's simple, man. You just don't drive it.
That is the simplest answer, by the way. Of not driving, that is like, okay, you will not have to maintain those cars as well. So tell me about this car actually. I really like the shine and everything that you have done. So is there something that you have done to the car?
So, I mean, no, it's a recent project that we've started working on. So, it's a good, like, maybe 3-4 months since I've got the car. First of all, sourcing the parts for this car is kind of an hassle. And, you know, that's where the whole major problem starts. Because, again, you can always find out what's wrong with the car. You want to keep it, like, you want to keep it, like, ready. And, you know, at the moment, you just want to start and drive. But the thing is with old cars like this, it's a 97 GSC turbo.
And it's a turbo engine.
Yeah, it's a turbocharged engine.
Okay. And what is it called? Because I guess the 86 is a boxer engine.
Yeah.
So what is the name for this engine that you have given?
It's a turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Turbocharged 4-cylinder. That is what it comes from the factory as well?
Yeah, it's the stock turbo.
Stock turbo. All right. And I see the soft top actually, like it is recently when we met up in Khawanij. So at that time I saw another Eclipse as well, but this was one of the one which was soft top. So how did you manage to get this car actually?
So it's thanks to Asad. So Asad's a very dear friend of mine, and I've been in touch talking to him for, like, you know, maybe a year or two, you know, and we were talking about Eclipses as well, and, you know, so the idea just popped in when I'm like, okay, you know, might as well get it. And, you know, it's also famous. It's a very famous car. So where Fast and Furious, where Paul Walker makes an entry at the first very scene, opening scene, it's with the Eclipse, which is also belongs to the same generation. But that one's a hard top, this one's a soft top.
So does it work properly? Like did you get any problems with the soft top till now?
No, I mean, I'm surprised. It's a 97 model and it's still working fine up to date.
All right. And other than that, what are the other stuff that you actually like about the car, and what made you buy this car mainly?
It's a front wheel drive, so it's not very much fun at the corners. But eventually you get a hang of it, because again, my other car's a rear wheel drive and this one's a front wheel drive. So both has a difference.
So what do you prefer basically, a front wheel or rear wheel?
I mean, maybe because I've driven the 86 for a long time, I'd say a rear wheel drive, because it's fun at the corners. But eventually I still need to get a hang of it. It's very scary.
I see really good rims. Are these originals or did you get them aftermarket?
So these are originals. These are 17-inch, and we've not changed the tires. Lowering springs. In terms if you're looking for the modifications and stuff, it's got a blow-off valve, and it's also got lowering springs. I have an air filter at the back of the trunk, but I want to get the car fixed up first.
Air filter is it? Oh, okay.
Can we just...
Have you done something? All right, so that was the rim parts. Let's come to the engine bay right now. And what have you done to the engine bay? Have you done some modifications to the engine, increasing the horsepower?
It's as it was. It's clearly completely stopped, except for the blow-off valve, HKS blow-off valve, where you can set the tuner from high, medium to low. So right now I think it's at low. So when you attach an air filter to it, colder intake basically, and it's also got an exhaust. If you had a look at the back.
I actually heard the sound when you were coming. So is that an aftermarket like the 86? Have you made it a custom, or like is it some brand?
It's not custom, but it's again HKS itself.
Okay.
And it's a single exit exhaust system. So you must have only noticed this in Supras and, you know, certain cars.
Does it do the pop and bangs as well?
Nah. No, not yet.
You don't like to keep those pop and bangs, yeah?
It's an old car, bro. Let it be in my basement rather than keeping it in like impound station.
So how, like, the main thing is about this car, like, yeah, I have seen other cars and everything. is this kind of a show car that you will say like, yeah, this is a show car?
So I mean, given the fact that, you know, let's say if in terms of you're finding the parts on an everyday, I mean daily basis, sure, you can do that. Or if you already have like stock, like let's say Asad, he already has a stock up on like a few parts, sure, you can do that. But at the same time, when you have difficulties in finding parts and ordering it from US, UK, you know, shipping it again and again, so that time you wouldn't want to like drive it much, because you know, if you drive it on a daily basis, it's gonna show up with some problem or the other.
Yeah.
So you would want to avoid that. So in terms, automatically it becomes like a show car, or you know, like a weekend car.
So how often do you drive the car? Like, is it how many miles? Like, how many miles or kilometers is right now?
So when I got the car, it was 130, if I'm not wrong.
130 kilometers.
130 kilometers, and it was kept clean. Thanks to Asad again. And I think I didn't mention, but he's the owner of the Eclipse UAE Eclipse Club.
Yeah. He's the owner. Basically, he is the one who founded the Dubai Eclipse Club of UAE. And if you want to check out their page, I will be putting a link in my description, so you guys can check their page out. Even Brito's, he has a really good car, Mitsubishi Eclipse, and as you can see, like even the headlights are really fresh till now.
So I mean, there's a backstory to it. Yeah. So when I was gonna get the car, so Asad asked me if I actually wanted, like, you know, the old lights which are all faded and stuff. He's like, bro, you know what? I have brand new lights. Here, you can just take them. And yeah, he wasn't like, you know, just like a random seller or something. You know, anyone would have just probably taken the exhaust off and probably taken the new lights off and just put like something shitty and just given it. But I'm still learning, man. Because if you ask me the same, we had the interview probably like days back or years back. At the start, when I got my 86, I was clueless. That's kind of the situation where I am at right now with this car, because I'm still learning. There's a lot of things to learn about this car, and you can always put a bigger turbo on the car.
Have you thought about it?
I mean, one day, you know, where the fuse goes off, you just want to do it. Yeah.
maybe by the winters, when the winters are near, maybe you can put some turbo on it so that like it throws flames out. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want flames out, but definitely I just want the you know, the turbo spool to be more, you know, more better when it comes like you obviously want it to be like massive.
Is it I actually heard a few stuff about Eclipse actually before, that it has a really great pull as like a stock car. It has a really great pull to the car when you press the accelerator down. So is it with the same one as well? Like, is it the one with this one as well?
Yeah, so basically the engine, I think if I'm not wrong, it's the 4G63, right? So you can always, it comes with the stock turbo, and the stock turbo is always, it's got better power. Like in terms of, I can even show you. So at the starting, it again pulls, but you don't know when the turbo is hitting. But when the turbo hits, boom, you're vanished.
So have you actually ever recorded like 0 to 60 miles or 100 kilometers?
No, I mean, I wouldn't do that right now if it was me, because the car's again not in its perfect condition. So if the car's in perfect condition and you do it, you can exactly tell, okay, this is the exact spec of the car. But definitely, I mean, you know, when people ask for the sauce on the road, they do get it.
So I think you have given some sauce on the road as well.
I mean, yeah, definitely. But you know, at the starting, because when you look, the only people who know about it, like let's say you would know about it, I would know about it. You see the car on the road, you're like, okay, it's an Eclipse. It's a 97 Eclipse. You know about it, okay, you have some, you know, not like respect or some value to the car. But to others, when they see it, it's a soft top, it looks pretty beaten up, it's old, you don't know what car it is.
All right. So what are your future plans about the car? Like, is there anything that you have decided till now?
I mean, I always want my cars to be like unique and one of a kind. So I was thinking of again recreating it like in the movie, the green
mainly the basic
Fast and Furious. Yeah, I was thinking of it, but then again, it's a soft top, so that's like a drawback on the car. So going little left and right back on it, maybe it can be any color. It can be even the same color as the 86.
Yeah, because the 86, it has three layers, I think, 3 colors in one. Yeah,
all three tone, but I mean, it depends on like from how eye to eye. Sometimes it looks red chrome, sometimes it looks blue chrome, sometimes it's purple, bronze.
All right, all right. So basically, you have a really good. I will actually appreciate keeping the car in this condition, especially a 97 model, a second generation Mitsubishi Eclipse. So it's a really hard to maintain car. And have you ever come across any kind of difficulties with the parts till now?
Till now, if I was on my own, I wouldn't be able to. But again, we have a club. We have a couple of guys scattered around, like some in a lane. I think you met Arya Sharos before, and some are Asad's in Sharjah. There's one dude, he lives all the way in a lane. And when I wanted the parts, this is the best thing about the culture, right? The car culture. He's probably 60. He's probably 60. Yeah, and man has a Eclipse there, right there, and his house is filled with Eclipse parts. And when I wanted the belts for my car and the mounts, man, he just gave me a call. I just gave him a call. He's like, feel free to come down. He helped me with the parts. I got the parts. But again, I mean, that's only possible when you know around the people. And yeah, that's again big thanks to Asad. Yeah.
All the way to Asad.
You gotta mention it, man. I mean, I can't be very brutal about it, but yeah, it's the truth.
No, he's actually a really nice guy. Asad, the owner of the club, he is a really nice guy, because the first time when we actually met, Asad was one of the most humble guy that I actually found. I actually met, and the way he welcomed me in the club, like because I wanted to shoot videos, son, and there was another guy, Sheroz. So himself, Asad, he had a few stuff like going on because he couldn't bring his car that day. So he actually motivated Sheroz to actually talk, because Sheroz also was kind of camera shy guy. So he was kind of in that feeling, but Asad was the one who brought him up, like, no bro, come on, you can talk, this and that. That video also went good, but that thing which came out of Asad as a leader, I was actually impressed, and till now, like, we are in good terms. I'm in good terms with Asad, and it actually feels great to know a person like that. And especially when you are in a club where you actually have to maintain these kind of cars, like right now, maintaining these kind of cars is hectic. But if you have the right people, as Bito said, if you have the right people with you, around you, to support you, and especially like to have to give you parts and everything which you actually need, so that is actually a kind of a blessing. And what more would you like to explain about the car? Like Sheroz, when we had a video with Sheroz, he actually mentioned that the car is very economical. So for him, the car was kind of economical, but yeah, his main aim was fast and furious kind of a car. Even his was like kind of like, I want to make it that way. Every person who has an Eclipse of second generation, they actually feel like we should make it like that way, to be honest. So what is that one thing that stands out for you in this car?
So you see, I mean, if you had a look at the panels inside the car, so I don't know, maybe again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's according to my perspective. I've sat in a Supra, I've driven a Supra. The Supra's panels look similar to the ones of an Eclipse.
These ones are...
Yeah, so it's the panels, and it's kind of, I mean, it's obviously, if I tell it's kind of like a Supra, it's definitely not. The engine specs are different, the body shape is different, and things are there here and there, but just those panels inside, it's very, very pleasing to the eye, and it's exactly like how the Supras is. It's a bit curved, and it's very beautiful. And with the car, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it pulls out power that you don't expect it to, and when people don't expect it on the road, it's even more fun. I mean, I don't know when the car would, like, when the turbo would kick in. I really don't know. Till date, I'm trying to figure it out.
The thing is, see, actually, I have seen like a lot of cars, even Supras, like the legendary Supras, the old one, not the new BMWs or the new Supras. But having like these kind of cars, especially like the Eclipse, they are kind of unrated, but kind of like they are like they stand out of the like they stand out. Basically, you will see a Supra, you will be like, it's a Supra, oh Supra. But having an Eclipse also, like, honestly, when you were coming from like a far side, like I could spot you. I could see it's an Eclipse coming up. Now seeing a Supra, I would be like, yeah, it's a Supra, and I will be excited. But these cars, they hold some kind of, for me at least, they actually hold like a respect, because at that time no one really cared, but right now a lot of people are actually, especially maybe because of Fast and Furious and Paul Walker especially driving it, but people actually are like more getting into old age JDM, especially JDM. They are getting into those culture and the cars. So what do you think about having an Eclipse, especially like a softer?
I mean, again, it stands out. Like, that's the whole objective. It stands out, it's unique, and not many people have it. So when you're driving, and I think as far as I checked with our group also last time, I think this is the only soft top or the second soft top in UAE or GCC.
Honestly, because I haven't seen, like, this is actually like,
I mean, no, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it for namesake, but honestly, that's what I've heard. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, wow, okay, why not?
But does it feel great though?
A rational person would say, if the car is not around not too many cars are around, and not too many parts are around, why the hell would I buy it? Would be the first question. But me being like, again, upside down, I'm a bit loose on my nuts. So I was like, yeah, let's get it. So
no, I actually wish that I can bring that car culture, the old car culture back, especially with these videos, and if people support me. So
definitely, yeah.
this is kind of a thing that I really want, because as a kid I always wished, and I am born and brought up seeing those cars, because when I was a small kid, maybe my is kind of a car like rear wheel, a good big engine V8, but still, like, I will still prefer like these kind of JDM cars, because these cars actually, for me, they hold like that kind of a value. With a new car, let's say a new Supra or a new GTR, no matter whatever you do, like, it's kind of a thing, like, you cannot modify to that level the way you can modify these cars, especially the exterior, the interior, the engine bay, every single thing. Let's go for a GTR. So there is one GTR which I actually shot it, and it was by a Liberty Walk. So he had a really great wide body, everything was there. But if Eclipse, same like this, if it comes with a wide body, they say rocket bunny. So if that comes with a rocket bunny kit and everything, this car for me still stands out. Like, is it the same for you? Like, what would you prefer having, like, if you did not have this car, what would you prefer having?
I mean, something obviously in Japanese, something old, and even nowadays I've been looking at these American muscles, like
The classic, yes, oh, for sure.
not
The
exactly
old Charger.
classics, but let's say a Chevy,
Yeah.
or like even the old Camaro. These are cars that have like some characters with them.
It's kind of like, they look muscle cars,
Exactly.
basically.
You must have even seen Harvey Specter. I mean, I'm talking about suits.
Yeah.
Harvey Specter driving down the road, with the open top, 1967.
It's a classic car, man. Like, it stands out.
So-
It stands out.
So things like that. I mean, I personally have this belief, according to myself, that I want my things to be like unique. And I know it's kind of stupid, but yeah,
Everyone actually wishes, by the way, like, it's if you have that, and if you have that idea of standing out from the crowd. So I actually respect that, because having a different car, it's actually one of the greatest thing that you will have. First of all, like, as a car person, me myself, having a different car that stands out from the crowd, everything is different, that is actually kind of, for me, it's kind of a blessing. If I have something which is unique, I would not have that kind of a feeling that I'm bigger than that person. We always have to be humble, but yeah, that is kind of a thing, that it's kind of a blessing to have these kind of cars, and plus fun.
I mean, it's not only, again, some people take it wrong, when you tell them, oh, I want my cars to be standing out or something. They take it out, as like, oh, you have an ego or something like that. But it's not about the ego. It's about people's choices. Now, let's say a person with a Liberty Walk kit, you were talking about him. he would have done it with his full heart. So let's say even if I walk up to him and I tell him, bro, I don't like your Liberty Walk kit, the first thing that's supposed to come out of his mouth is like, yeah, I don't care, I like it. So you see that, right? So we do it again for ourselves. So that way, if anyone likes, let's say people, I know people who want to, you know, make an Supra off-road. A sane person wouldn't do that, but it's a very dear friend of mine. Okay, but at the same time, people's choices always different, man. And you know,
I would actually like to see the Supra off-road.
why not?
A Supra off-road, like it's kind of like this is the mainly like the Arab car culture basically. I have seen a Lexus LS. It's a sedan, but deep inside the desert. So this is mainly like, maybe I will say like an Arab car culture, but people like to make their cars, especially there is one car, Dodge Challenger, which is also there. It's an off-road one.
Oh.
He actually made it as an off-road. Now first time I saw that, it was in Majaz event. It was a car event, and I saw that like it was a Dodge Challenger, but an off-road edition. It had a really good springs, tires, everything, and I was actually amazed by that. So there are a few things, but again, coming back to Eclipse, have you preferred making it the same color as your Toyota 86?
I could do that, but again, that involves a lot of invasion of privacy. So that's one issue.
That is like kind of a confidential information, basically. It's confidential. You don't want to expose your plans.
No. It's just nothing like that. So yeah, a lot of people don't know about this car. They don't recognize me. I'm cool that way. But that's one way.
The thing is, one thing about the car is like if you change the color, I know one person who will be most affected, and that you also know that one person will be affected by that. That is Mr. Asad. He kept the car literally very clean. Like, okay, having a good paint, polished, everything, compound, every single thing, but keeping it that way is like a really hard job.
Definitely, because man, it's not only about that, but also when what you said is partially wrong, because he's motivating me. He's literally pushing me and being, yeah, he's like, bro, do something. Can we cut that part? So he's motivating me and pushing me to probably, you know, okay, man, do something. You know, maybe some different color, make it stand out. So he also pushed me to start a new page with the Eclipse, but I said no.
You should actually start a new page. Oh, like, yeah, your Toyota 86, it has a page already, the Kate, and I will be putting the link for that one as well. But you should probably start a page for this one as well, because like it actually deserves to have a page.
I mean, definitely, but given the time and circumstances, right now the Mighty 86 page has content of both, so feel free to check it out.
Yeah, I will be putting a link in the description, so feel free guys to check his page out. And he has a few plans with the Eclipse and the Toyota 86 as well, the Mighty 86. He had to, in the last video in the Mighty 86, he wanted to change the color. We got some inquiries for that one as well, and you can actually approach him if you guys have some suggestions also, to give him some suggestions at the page. On, you can approach him through Instagram, and you can give him some suggestions on Eclipse, on Toyota 86, and give him some appreciation for having two cars, where it's hard to maintain one car, but the guy is actually maintaining two cars right now.
Sky's not the limit, man. I want to have 100.
Everyone wants to have 100 Berber right now in this kind of economy. God bless you, bro. I'm sure you're not married till now.
I'm not married, but both of the tanks go by super, so it's fine.
That is fine. That is fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay guys, so I will see you guys in the next video. So thanks Brito for giving us an opportunity to know about Eclipse, and I really appreciate your car and really love it, especially the color. Like, that is one of the things which I really like about the car. And would you like to say something to the camera, to the viewers, for yourself, for your cars?
I mean, definitely, you guys definitely need to check out the page, have a look at the content. It's coming up good. Good luck on that, and yeah, good luck to my cars too.
So guys, if you like the video, please press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks and goodbye. The rims are actually really good as well. Like, are these?
With the same specific.
Mainly the specifications, right?
I was gonna think about. Yeah, but it's also got blow.
Basically, heads off to Asad. Heads off to Asad first of all.
This car